Mic check 1 2 1 2. Y'all know I always have to do that just to make sure my mic is good. Okay. Had to get myself together, y'all. Trying to get myself together. Greetings, greetings, beautiful people. So this morning, I feel like my morning, I was ripping and running. So I'm getting myself together though. I'm on it. Yeah. I just feel out of it a little bit because normally I have a lot more time before I hop on. But I had an appointment this morning. I had to pick up it was just a lot. I had to pick up a few things. So, but I'm on here. You already know what it is. It's day 14 of me going live. If you already know, I'm trying to be consistent. This is day 14 of me actually going live, not comfortable in front of the camera. So I'm trying to get used to it. So I'm trying to get consistency. So that's why I was trying to make sure I hit my 11 o'clock time frame, even if I'm off by a few minutes. Today's goal is 4 miles minimum. And I at least got to do an hour, but I got to hit 4 miles too. So I think I can do that. And then, of course, for the month, the goal is to do Monday through Friday, walk every day, and then I may throw some resistance training in there from time to time. So tomorrow at 7:30 in the morning, I'll be back on. I'll talk about that a little bit more. But let me get walking, y'all. And then we at least get going. Okay, here we go. So, of course, I'm going to start. Oh, I got to grab my weights, y'all. Hold on. I said I was going to start using my weights. I had them with me for a little bit yesterday. So I said at the beginning of my workout, I was going to start using my weights for a little bit. I got them. So I'm going to start at 2.5 for now, just to get the blood flow going. Yeah, let's get started. I just got off the treadmill. My legs are freaking itchy. How long did you walk for this morning? What was your time and distance? You should have waited for me. Why'd you get on already? um. So yeah, I said I was gonna start walking with weights, add a little resistance. You know, when you're really focused on cardio, your weights don't need to be heavy. And I'll talk a little bit more about that. You all already know I try to come with a little bit of health and fitness. We talk about other things as well, but I try to keep it, you know, let's give some good information. So I'm back on it this morning. I'm feeling good. The weather was a little nippy. Anything under 70 degrees is nippy to me. Yes, that's cold. If we're not like 75 and higher, sun ablazing, it's cold. So, okay, 35 minutes. That's pretty good. So, yes, today's goal, I'm going to be increasing my speed a lot sooner than I was before. I know at one point I wasn't increasing my speed to 3.8 until later. This walking pad only gets up to 3.8. It's meant to do just that walk. So, I probably want to increase. Oh, thank you. It's not as cute as the one I had on yesterday, but it works, I guess. Um, oh, girl, my mind start talking about something. It's like squirrel, just scatterbrain. Oh yeah, me increasing the speed. There we go. So I started initially I didn't increase my speed to 3.8 till I got to about 50 minutes in, but we're gonna try to move a little faster today. Right now I'm at 2.5. I'll at least walk for 5 minutes at 2.5 just to get the blood flow going. This will be my warm up. Um, once I really start walking, I'll pump with the weights. I just kind of feel like this speed is so slow right now. So I got a couple of things we can talk about today, but you already know. If you got something you want to talk about, keep me company as I walk, throw it out there. But we're going to talk about some nutrition, juicing, fasted cardio. I got a couple of good things we can talk about. You know, I always try to leave y'all with a couple of tips. Hey, hey, hey. How are you doing? Was it Mushroom Queen? What's going on? Have y'all tried? Okay, so my girl isn't on here who wanted me to talk about. Am I saying it right? Tell me if I'm saying it wrong. Hey, hey, hey. Is it kombucha? Kombucha? Okay, that's how I'm gonna say it though. So I was supposed to be trying it, and it was supposed to be lemon berry. So I did go to the store yesterday. You know, Kroger and Publix both do their Sushi Wednesday. So I had to go get some. And while I was there, I went to the section where they sell the kombucha. And I tried looking for the lemon berry, which I was told to try. It's the best one. So looking at it, I can see why it's pretty good. It pretty much has all your berries. So I saw strawberries, I think raspberries, blueberries. I think kiwi was on there. But the only thing I didn't like about it, well, they didn't have the small jugs. They only had the 48-ounce bottle of it. So I didn't purchase it because it had too much sugar in it for me, though. I know, want, right? It had 16 grams of sugar, which it only had 3 grams of added sugar. So technically it's not bad because of the fruit that was in it. Cherry juice is a good supplement. Okay, I'm going to get the supplements. We're also going to talk about supplements today. And I'm actually going to talk about cherries because I'm juicing Sunday. So, yeah, you're already on it. I'm going to talk about that, though. But with the kombucha, you know, the natural sugars in there were about 13 grams. And then the added sugar, because it did have cane sugar in it. So, that's the only reason. And also, y'all know it has alcohol in it. So, I don't drink any form of alcohol, even though I know it's not an alcoholic beverage, but it is fermented. It has alcohol. So if you're even trying to avoid a little bit, and I just avoid alcohol because of my endometriosis and all that. Okay. I ain't got no issues. So yeah, I just want to throw that out there because I did go get it. I said I was going to try it and I kept my word. So, but yeah, I think I'll try it in the future if they have the smaller bottles in the store. But girl, that 48-ounce, just too much for me. And it was like $10. I'm a little cheap, okay? Oh, I'm at 6 minutes, y'all. So let me increase the speed. We're gonna go to 3.3. Now I can pump my weights. I gotta move a little faster. Is that cheap? I mean, I don't know. I feel like $10 for some juice or some tea is expensive. But I guess the size of it, maybe that was good. But I don't. You gotta understand. If you look at my refrigerator right now, the only thing I have is sparkling water and regular water. So $10 for some juice and tea just seemed like a lot. So yes, I know I'm probably just being frugal. So my next topic I had was exercises you hate but are good. So I came up with my top 2 exercises that I know a lot of people are gonna hate, but they're very good, and I can argue why it's good. So the first exercise I put that I hate, but it's good, burpees. So I think burpees are a good exercise. You're able to burn a lot of calories. That's a good thing with burpees. You recruit a lot of different muscle groups. So it is a full body workout. So look at that. With just one exercise, you're able to knock out so much. You're able to target so many different muscles. And then there's no equipment needed. So you're getting a lot out of that exercise, especially if you're jumping. I mean, you don't have to jump. Sometimes I modify the jump with calf raises, but there's so many different ways you can mod up or mod down the exercise. My second one, Bulgarian split squat. Woo, those hurt so good, but it's an exercise that I hate. And I think it's more so because it is single leg and my left leg is weaker than my right. And then because of my hip, I just struggle. But it's a very good exercise. It's very good for hip mobility. It does improve your balance, like I said, because it is a single leg exercise. And it does hit your glutes, hams, and quads. So it's one of those two exercises are my go-to. The Bulgarian split squat is a good go-to if you're trying to focus on legs. What's up, Vincent? What's going on? I was just talking about my exercises that I hate but are so good. So I said burpees and Bulgarian split squat. I love them and hate them. So, but let me tell you all about my morning. So I got up this morning because, well, I got up earlier than normal because I was trying to beat. So I need to pick up some medicine. And for one, the mail, I think I talked about that last week. The mail has been horrible. And they were going to ship it to me. And I was like, no. Let me pick it up because I need it sooner than later. And by the time it gets here, kind of be pointless. So I called yesterday to make sure I could pick it up today. So I woke up early this morning. Of course, you got traffic. But I got there and it was actually pretty good, right? It was pretty good getting there. And normally I have to wait like 45 minutes to get my medicine. Y'all, they had already filled it. Because, no, you can't call in prior and fill it. You have to like physically go in, get it filled, wait, and then, So normally it takes about 45 minutes. So I had put that in my schedule for today. I was like, okay, it's going to take about 45 minutes for me to get my medicine. But no, y'all, I was in and out like 5 minutes. I spent the most time finding a parking spot and walking in. So that was good. Feels like you hit the lotto when it's ready, right? Especially when I walked in and there were so many people already sitting around the pharmacy, like waiting. And when I got to the window, the guy was like, oh, it looks like it was filled yesterday, which they never do that. So, I thought he was going to tell me, oh, they already put it in the mail. Yeah, I was already prepared for an argument. Like, I told y'all not to put it in the mail. But no, yeah, it was ready real quick. So then I used to drink whey protein, vegan drink. It tastes awful. So I started drinking cherry juice. That's my next topic, okay? Well, is it? Yeah, that's my next topic. That's the next thing I'm going to hit. So I got you with the juice. And then I'll talk more about the supplements. But, so yeah, then I had to go to another appointment. Yeah, I was trying to stuff so much into my morning before getting on here. I think I remember you. Give me something of how I will remember you from Tuesday. What did you say to me to where I would remember you from Tuesday? Give me something. Okay, so let's talk about juice and like different things like that. The cherry juice you're hitting on. And then I'll get to your protein because I do want to talk about supplements. So I wanted you all to help me come up with a juice for Sunday. Sorry if I mentioned the supplement too early. Oh, no. No, you're fine. There's no schedule of what I got to talk about. I have a board right here where I try to write my topic. That way, whenever I get scatterbrained, I can at least reference something. So no, you are totally fine. But to hit your cherry juice, hit that one first. So I've been juicing, as you all know, and I probably say this on every live, just in case you know. So because I have endometriosis at stage 4, it affects a lot of my organs and it causes a lot of inflammation. And so I've been juicing to try to help reduce the amount of medicine I'm on, because I'm on so much and I feel like it's going to start affecting my kidneys and all that eventually. So I've been juicing. So last Sunday, I did, the squash, rainbow carrots, apple, pineapple, lemon, beets. And so we were going for the yellow color. So we did like a yellow gold color. Pow Pow named it Homer Simpson. So this week I'm trying to do a different juice. And as I was thinking of what colors I could do, I was like, I would really love to do a really, really bright red, because red is my favorite color. So I said, I've done green juice before, Vincent. That's like the typical juice stuff, Everybody does green juice. Okay, so you were on the chat with Pow Pow? Got you. But I've done green juice already. I've done cucumber, celery, kale with lemon or lime. No, I use the lime. So I've done green juice maybe like 2 or 3 times. And so to keep juicing interesting, I try to do it based off of what color can I try next. It's a little basic. Yeah, it's basic. So I was like, okay. So I've done like I guess you could say dark red before because of using beets. Hi, Jacob. How many kilograms are those weights? These are only 3 pounds. 3 pounds each. Yeah, they're not that heavy. It's just something when you're trying to do cardio. It's a good resistance, but it's something I thought I would add. But yeah, for my juice, I was like, I want to do something that's a red color because I'm trying to keep juicing interesting and not get bored with it. So I was like, okay, well, red is my favorite color. What can I do to make a bright red juice? And so to your point earlier, cherries. So I was thinking red. Well, even though red apple it ain't going to help with the color. But I was going to use, yep, y'all are on it. Y'all are still in it. You're still in it right from, yep. So I was going to do apple, strawberries, raspberries, pomegranate, cherries, watermelon, and then it also said blood oranges. I don't know if that's actually going to be a reddish color or if it's just more of like a dark orange. But yes, you are on it. You just hit them all. So yes, but I'm not really a big fan of cherries. But I felt like that's going to be so the thing about this drink, it's going to be very sweet. So based off of all those things I named, between the raspberries, the strawberries, and the cherries themselves, that's already going to be, I've never had, what is that? Hey, Pow Pow, we were just talking about you. Welcome. What's mulberries? I'm going to have to look that up. Once I put these weights down, I'm going to try looking it up. But, it's a type of berry. See? All these different berries. And berries normally have like a really sweet taste. And so it's already going to have a lot of sugar. And so even though it's a natural sugar, I feel like this drink is going to be very high in sugar. But I do think it will taste good. It helps. Oh, that's all you had to tell me. It helps with iron. If y'all only knew, my iron has been low for years. And I went to the doctor and my iron levels were 8. For women, I believe it should be between 11 and 15. So once you get like 8 and below, that's when you're getting kind of on the, gotta get something done, type of levels. So long story short, I ended up I was taking pills. The pills weren't really doing well with my stomach. They started affecting my intestines. So the pills weren't doing good. I was trying to so then I had to do a iron infusion. I got an iron infusion. It got my levels up to like a 13, I think. So then I was looking pretty good, right? Then I had to get my blood drawn again, and my levels had dropped to like 11. And I'm just like, man, here we go, downhill again. Yeah, that's why your ears are ringing, pow pow, because we were talking about you. I was talking about how you named the Homer Simpson drink. They are known for their potential to help regulate blood sugar, improve digestive health, boost the immune system, and contribute to heart health. Okay, let me make a note of that. And I'm being so serious. So I know if I don't make a note of it, I will forget. So I'm going to Google what it looks like. That way when I go to the farmer's market this weekend, I can make sure to look for it. Okay, it's in my notes now. So I would definitely look for that. I'm doing good, pow pow. This morning started off crazy, so I'm trying to get settled in here. Natural supplements derived from whole food sources have fewer additives, right? So that's why I've been trying to make sure I focus on, and that's what changed my iron levels. My iron levels went, like I said, from an 8, I think it was 8.2. Had to get the iron infusion. That boosted me up to, it was either a 13 or 15, so I was looking pretty good. And then when I got my iron drawn again, it went down to 11. So then I started making sure I was eating foods, you know, that were good for iron. I started eating like spinach, you know, my fruits and veggies. So now when I went and got my levels checked, I'm at a 13, y'all. So the natural way is getting it. Oh, that's okay. That's where I get to have my information too. I copy it from Google as well. So thank you though. Thank you for doing it for me. And thank you for bringing it to my attention. I think that'll be a good berry to add to the bunch. So if you're looking for ways to kind of get away from medication, like taking a whole bunch of pills, because I already have a lot of supplements I'm taking, so I'll talk about that in a minute. But taking supplements and then having to take a whole bunch of medicines just to get the body regulated, yeah, I'm just learning how to swallow a pill. I was taking gummies for the longest. Cranberries and tomatoes are also. So I thought about tomatoes, but I told you I don't like tomatoes. And I didn't know what that would taste like. I was like, how would tomatoes work with this combination? But cranberries, did I have that on my list? I thought I had it on here. So cranberries, I will add. I try to stick to like 6 or 7 items. So I'm gonna have to try to narrow this list down because right now I got 2, 4, 6, 7, plus the one I was told about. Then I gotta add a ginger. Then I normally add a lemon or lime. So yeah, we're gonna figure it out. Tomato juice. Yeah, I read the benefits of tomato juice and I was like, oh, okay. Red grapes. So, but you know, when you actually juice them, they don't really, the color don't really, it's not red. This ketchup, you're right. Thank you, Pow Pow. Yeah, I just can't do it. I can do ketchup, but I cannot do a tomato. If I'm not feeling well, I can do tomato soup, but that's not one of my first picks. Now we're going to be like an apocalypse, and the only can left is tomato soup, and I'll eat it. But yeah, I definitely saw the benefits of tomato soup. So yeah, Sunday, y'all join me Sunday because I'm gonna shorten it. These ingredients won't take as long. Last week when I was juicing, I had to cut up the pineapple. What else to go out? The beets started taking a long time until I was told, in case you just put it in there. But I had to cut them down. Oh, grapefruit. Okay. Doesn't grapefruit have like a? I'm gonna add that to the list. Grapefruit. But doesn't grapefruit have like a bitter taste or tart taste? Okay, so that's added to the list. I love tomato sauce for pasta, but I add ground meat too. That's why it's delicious. Right. So even like when I do, spaghetti, yeah, I don't mind using tomato sauce, but the spaghetti sauce is high in sugar, but it's good. And it's a quick, easy meal. That's like the meal you buy if you got like, $7 and you're trying to figure out how you can make a good cheap meal, spaghetti. We will blame the last juicing process on them butter knives. Hey, them knives got it done though, and I'm not buying any more knives. So, but these different fruits that we're going to be using will be a lot easier. It won't take a lot of time to cut it. So, dragon fruit. Ooh, y'all are giving me all these fruits I'm so inexperienced with, but that's amazing because you know what? I'm adding that to the list right now. That way I can narrow it down once I go to the farmer's market. At this rate, with all these options I have, it's gonna come down to what the cost of everything is. Because I always like to use ginger or turmeric. But as I told you guys on Sunday, that if you're taking a lot of medications, turmeric isn't the best choice out of the two. If you're choosing between turmeric or ginger, I would stick with ginger. Turmeric just had too many, like, if you have diabetes, if you're on pain meds, it just had too many, like, don't combine it with issues. So ginger root is the better option to go with. Plums. So plums, the last time I tried looking for plums, the grocery store did not have them. But plums is what I would want to use if I was trying to make a really purple juice. So I would probably use red cabbage, which y'all know why it's called red cabbage, even though it's purple. Or yeah. Anyway, so plums is what I was looking for last time. I think I'm gonna try to, because I use beets. Because beets, they're like a dark color. And then you combine that. I thought plums would be a good one to do. Yep. Raspberries already on my list. I'm not really a big fan of raspberries, but they are on my list. Instead of sugar in my tomato sauce, to balance the acidity, I add a teaspoon of baking soda while it's cooking. You'll see it form, but it will go away. Okay. I feel like I have heard that before. Baking soda. So, okay. Yeah, see, I keep switching these dumbbells. I'm kind of over it already with these dumbbells, but they're so light. But let me tell you the pros and cons while we're here. Commercial break. No, I'm just playing. But walking with 3-pound weights, the pros of it is that they increase your calorie burn because you're using resistance. So you get increased calorie burn with them. You engage your upper body. So instead of me just walking, I'm also able to put my arms into work. But the cons are joint issues, and it can alter the way you're walking, like your natural form. So that's why I'm not going to walk with these the whole time. But it's good to add the dumbbells to your walking routine, especially if you're really using them to walk it out, like power walk. If you want to stay awake, put some red. No, I don't. More so have somebody in the bathroom. Okay. But you make most of your stuff from scratch, don't you, Pow Pow? Like, I just go to the grocery store I find the Prego, and that's it. Radish. Oh, how would that even taste? Interesting. I'm gonna look up the nutritional content for that. I'm gonna put it on the list though. So let's add it. Papa, I've never tried dragon fruit either. So, I mean, I might just get it just for the experience. I'm going to do my research. Hey, friend. Girl, I'm trying to be consistent. I'm trying to be like you, girl. You have shown me the way. Consistency. You are showing me the way that, it pays to be consistent. So I said, that's what I'm going to start doing. This is day 14 of me being consistent. Girl, this is not my thing. So I'm trying to get used to being live on here. Of course, I'm always jumping on your lives, girl. I love your topics. So yeah, I'm trying to get it together. So I normally walk. As of late, I've been walking like 4 or 5 miles. I'm normally on here for like an hour. We talk about health and fitness, and then we may talk about just generic topics. Right now, we're trying to talk about my juice on Sunday because I'm also going to be juicing on Sunday. I got to keep it natural. So we try to get my ingredients together. So, Papa, what are you talking about? Yes, you like to cook, Papa. I don't. But thank you for popping in, friend. I appreciate the support. I love it. But Papa, I'm not cooking from scratch. Sorry. So unless you can suggest like a sauce for spaghetti that has good ingredients in it, I'm not cooking from scratch, my friend. Okay, you do buy canned tomato sauce and you add the baking soda. Papa, you keep saying you're gonna cook for me. I guess you're gonna have to fly me to Italy. I'm not against it. Go ahead, fly me to Italy, Papa. 14 days in, I already have reoccurring supporters. You're doing great. You know what? You're so right, Vincent. I'm so happy for all of you. When I first got on here, I was like, y'all, I'm gonna have 0 views. It's gonna be like one person on here, my family. So no, I love it. I love getting on here and knowing that some of you all that been popping on here repeatedly day after day, and you guys give me great engagement, things to talk about. When I first started doing this, I was like, ugh, what can I talk about? I was running out of things to say because I didn't have a lot of engagement in the chats. So I was nervous about doing this live and trying to keep coming up with things to talk about. There'll be moments I'll just walk quietly. But no, now you all talk and are so engaging in the chat. I'm able to, sometimes I don't even hit all my points for the day. So I love it. Do I have curly or straight hair? So I really have, okay, so I have a mix of things going on, but I have curly hair, but I just have it straightened. I pressed it out, but my natural texture is curly. And then right here, I have a lock. I've been growing the lock for about a little over 2 years. And originally I wanted to start a lock journey, but I wasn't sure what I would look like. But I also kept this one, or started the one, because I wanted to see patience. Everybody has a different lock journey and why they do it. But so my one lock just represents patience, and because it takes some time. Okay, that means but you got to come to Georgia. I'm in Georgia, Pow. But yeah, to answer that, my hair is curly, but I just have it straightened. What brand is your walking machine? It's from Jag Jog. I'm gonna put it in the chat. So this is the brand. Yeah, I'm about to put these weights down because I want to go a little faster. Okay, 3.8. We're rolling. I feel like I've been losing weight. I feel like my pants keep falling down. So yeah, Jag Jog is the brand. This one costs y'all know I always give y'all the whole spiel when y'all ask me about this walking pad. It costs $107. You can find it for cheaper or you can find it for more depending on what you're looking for. If you want an incline or if you want one that goes a little faster. So if you're looking to find something you can jog on, this ain't it. This is as fast as it can go. YouTube will start recommending more and more. The more consistent, the more the algorithm loves you. So y'all make sure you like. I hate saying that because it sounds so cheesy. Make sure you like, subscribe, and follow me for more. But yeah, I'm just hoping that naturally the person that I am and my consistency on here will just continue to bring people on here. Looking at my analytics, my numbers have definitely increased. So when I look at how many subscribers I have and the number of views I get, I'm okay. You know, it's funny because earlier this week, well, when I first got on, my numbers were like 52, 80, you know, and then they jumped up to like 200 views. So I think I want to say that was like Monday. I was like, God, I would love to just get to 300, you know? And so the next day when I got off, I had like 500. And to most people, they're like, that's not a lot. But for me, I love any goal. I love hitting any small milestone. So to go for just wanting 300 and getting 5, y'all, I'm grateful for any time and energy that someone gives to me. That's one thing I've learned in life is that no one has to give you anything. So just you all giving me your time and energy on here makes me happy. So I hope YouTube does push me out and I can spread the word to more people about health and fitness and just have fun on here walking. Yep, Papa, I'm in Georgia. It's not gonna be that much longer, but yeah, it is. You know, Georgia sits right on top of Florida. What mall are you going to tomorrow? I haven't been to a mall in so long. I think I'm so used to doing online shopping. I ain't gonna put my business out here, AD. I just say I'm not far from Conyers. You can't tell people your exact location now. People these days will find your address with no problem. But yeah, I'm not too far from you, AD. Vincent, you them numbers, laugh out loud. If I didn't know any better, I think you ran track, laugh out loud. Aren't you funny? Oh, okay, interesting. Now I gotta look it up. Would you race I Show Speed? You know, I probably wouldn't because you know the thing is. So let me tell y'all that I'm glad you brought that up. So let me tell you what Michael Johnson said. For you all who don't know who Michael Johnson was, Michael Johnson back in the day, he's a track legend. He ran the 400 and the 200. So he mentioned I Show Speed. I don't know if it was a podcast or an interview, whatever it was, but he was like, only in the sport of track and field do people want to race athletes. Like, you don't really hear too often people talking about oh, I bet I can hit more home runs than this baseball player, or I bet I can do this. You don't really hear people go against other sports, but for some reason, when it comes to track and field, it's like they always want to race professional athletes. And so Michael Johnson just kind of, I think he felt like it was disrespectful that someone who's a content creator like Astro Speed would even try to mention wanting to run against a professional athlete. And it's really like, what's that professional athlete getting out of it? You know, injury potentially to race a content creator. So, I mean, I'm not a professional track and field runner, but the point I'm making is it would serve no purpose for me to race him. It wouldn't do anything for me. So I agree with Michael Johnson on that. And I also believe, I agree with what Sha'Carri said. Sha'Carri was like, I need to get paid to do it. I mean, yeah, Tennessee, that's right above us. So you won't be far. You can't go wrong with Florida, visiting Florida. And Tennessee's not bad. Yeah, you're right, Papa. Yep, it's near Georgia. So let me hit one of my other fitness topics. Y'all can continue talking to me though. Continue talking to me. But I did want to talk about fasted cardio and is it effective? I hear all the time people doing intermittent fasting, fasted cardio. So fasted cardio is pretty much when you wake up in the morning. Normally when you've had 8 to 12 hours without any food, and you have low, well, for the most part, I'll just keep it simple. I don't want to make it complicated, but and it's easy with Tennessee. I wasn't talking bad. My parents went to Middle Tennessee State, so I got love for Tennessee. The Tennessee Titans are the Jacksonville Jaguars' biggest rivalry, but I love Tennessee. That's the last football game I think I went to was Tennessee Titans versus Jaguars. But yeah, so fasted cardio, you want to make sure you haven't had food in your system for at least 8 to 12 hours. Because you know when you eat, carbs are your first line energy source. So what you're trying to do is get, when you're working out, you're trying to get to burn the fat. So that's why a lot of people like to do fasted cardio, because it increases the fat burning. It's not pulling from your first line energy source. It's pulling from your fat. And I say that because your body's going to do what it wants to do, but that's what fasted cardio is trying to do. The only thing about working out in the morning, some of the cons to that when you're doing fasted cardio is you might feel sluggish. You want to make sure that you're only doing fasted cardio for like 20 to 40 minutes. You don't want to make it a long session, because the more you work out and you don't have anything like any carbs or anything in your system, it can start pulling from your muscle. So you want to keep it right in that sweet spot where it's only pulling from your fat. So yep. So yep, you got to come visit, Papa. Oh, also don't do fasted cardio if you're gonna also lift or do like high intensity workout. If you're just gonna do like the treadmill, elliptical, stepper, any type of just regular cardio, that's fine. And remember, you want to keep it 20 to 40 minutes. Anything longer than that will start burning the wrong thing. So I know a lot of people talk about fasted cardio. I think the hardest part about fasted cardio is just getting up, right? So I've been on here now for 42 minutes. I'm at 2.34 miles. My goal for today is to walk 4 minimum. I've increased, y'all. When I first started, it was walk for an hour and do 3 miles. Now I'm going for 4 miles minimum, and I still got to hit the hour course. So doing pretty good. Today, the weather is nice. What speed are we at? I'm at 3.8. So I'm going as fast as I can. This is it. Do you train others? So I do train. I don't really talk about this on the platform, but I do train online. It's Be Your Body Goals. So beyourbg.com. If y'all want to check it out, I'm putting it in the chat. So that's my website. My amazing friend who y'all saw pop in on here earlier, her name is Love Samantha Lee. Me and her actually had started this program together back during COVID. And so I have a whole bunch of different programs on there for beginners all the way up to advanced. And it's like 30 days, so it's a month program. I do offer like nutrition on there. So some of the programs have it where it gives you nutrition. I give you your daily calories. I break down your macros based off your goals. So I really don't talk about it because I'm not trying to sell anything on here. And I feel like that's what that's doing when I talk about it. So only because you asked is why I bring it up. But yeah, if you want to go to the website, check it out. I have different programs on there. It's a way for you to be hands-on with me. So I'm very one-on-one with you. It's an app, basically. So once you buy the program off the website, I send you a link, and it goes to the app. And then from there, you can talk to me one-on-one through the app. So throughout the day, if you have any questions about anything, I can hit you back. So that's one thing I feel like I offer that most people don't. Most trainers give you a workout program online, and it's kind of like, have fun with it. But with me, you got me right there. There's a chat button within the app. So if you have any questions, I do challenges within the group. So last month, the winner got, they could do a free one-on-one with me, or they could do, they get a month free of the program. So Be Your BG, it stands for Body Goals. What is BG? So instead of making this long title, Be Your Body Goals, I just put Be Your BG, Be Your Body Goals. And that just stands for look like yourself, be your own body goals. Don't try to be like anybody else. Be your own body goals. Be your BG. Yeah, I've seen me wear my hoodie a couple of times on here. My red and black one I have. My wife needs help, which is why I'm asking a few questions. Okay, yeah. I don't mind you asking questions for sure. I do also do accountability with LJ. That's on my website as well, where it's a little more hands-on. So I have your phone number. I text you throughout the week to make sure you're sticking to what we talked about. Because we'll have a consultation in the beginning. I'll figure out your goals and all that. I'm very realistic. So we'll talk about your goals at the beginning of the week. And then throughout the week, I'm texting you to see if you're sticking with everything. Kind of not everybody has time to hop on the phone. So I just send a text message to see if you can chat. Yeah, my shoe was coming undone, and I did not want to hear all that clacking. Okay? The click clack, I did not want to hear. So yeah, I do have accountability with LJ. I text you throughout the week, make sure you're hitting your goals. And at the end of the week, we have another conversation. And of course, I'm able to see everything you're doing throughout the app. So you get a workout and nutrition plan. It's all in the app, so I can see everything that you're doing. So yeah, I put some work into this, okay? It's my baby. Be your biggie. No, we want to be the opposite. We don't want no big backs. But yeah, I love the program. My girl who was on here earlier today, the first 3 months was pretty much how she transformed her body. 3 months. Me and her used to train all the time together. Must be Nikes. Vincent, you are right. Because my New Balances would never do this to me. I feel like every time I have on these Nikes, I always gotta fix the shoelaces. New Balance would never. So yeah, AD, definitely check out the website. Let me know what you think. I'm always throwing out discounts, y'all. I'm good for a coupon. So if I love a good discount, I know y'all do too. So I'm always doing discounts for my program. I just ordered pizza. So to connect the pizza, what we were talking about earlier with the tomato sauce, have y'all tried, instead of doing tomato sauce, have y'all done Parmesan garlic base? So hear me out. So I normally get it at Domino's. I'll do the Parmesan garlic base. And part of that was because I felt like it would have less sugar than the tomato sauce. So it's good. So instead of getting the tomato base on my pizza, I use, I guess it's garlic Parmesan is the way to say it. What's toppings? And if I only get cheese on mine, or I may do like bell pepper and onions. But y'all, I'm so simple. Y'all need a hoodie? Child. People told me that they wanted me to sell, yeah, I almost missed up. People told me that they wanted me to start selling clothes. So I had hats, out like 2-piece fits, hoodies. Y'all, that's how the house is so much harder to do. Keeping up with the inventory. No. And to be honest, because I like being hands-on and being, in person with clients, at one point it was kind of hard for me to do the online business because I just felt like I felt so disconnected. But I don't know. I do love it. I do love being able to connect with people all over. I have a couple of people in my program, one who lives in Australia. I had somebody else who's from Trinidad. And then I'm trying to think what other international places. But for the most part, everybody else was domestic. I've had a few celebs do my program, so that was exciting. So yeah, you just never know what you can accomplish until you actually do it, right? So if you have something that you're wanting to do, put it out there. People don't know what they don't know, right? So they can't buy what's not out there. I'm at 51 minutes. We're almost at 3 miles, y'all. Jeez. That's normally the pizza I get when I go to like your mom and pop pizza shops. If I'm going to like your bigger pizza spots, like a Pizza Hut or Domino's, I normally keep it very basic. But Papa, I'm with you on that. That's normally what I get. So let's talk about protein, y'all. Because nothing. Sometimes when I order a pizza, even though I'm not big on eating a lot of different meats, I normally just eat ground turkey, different types of fish for protein. The last time I ordered pizza, I did get half of it with pizza on it, and that was just to get the protein from it. Cheese does have a little bit, but remember we talked about when it comes to you eating, no matter what you're eating, even if it's pizza, you want to try to balance out your macros. So your protein, fat, and your carbs, right? So with that pizza, my carbs were taken care of, but I also should have got protein, which is why I added the chicken on there. Normally I just do cheese. I use the pizza as like a cheat meal, but I added the chicken on there. You're looking great. Thanks for this Vital info and knowledge. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I try to give a piece of knowledge while still keeping it casual. And keeping up with the chat as well. Y'all, my pants keep falling. Does that mean I'm losing weight? Okay. I mean, I'm not trying to lose weight at all, to be honest. But I just want to talk about protein a little bit so you all understand, especially as women, we do not get enough protein. So protein is based off of, everything should be based off your weight and not based off of just a generic number. Kind of like I told you all about drinking water. People will tell you drink a gallon a day. No. If I weigh between 115, 20 pounds, 120 pounds, it does not make sense for me to drink a gallon of water. I'm drinking basically almost more than I weigh. So when it comes to your protein, you want to do it based off your body weight. So if you have a very you don't work out much, maybe you have a desk job. Oh, you like the prices? Thank you. I tried to keep it where it wasn't too marketing. That's what I was going with. The marketing person definitely told me I should increase my prices, but it's not really about the money. Of course, we all need it. Trust me, I need it now. But as far as helping as many people out as possible, I feel like God gonna bless me, as long as I'm doing right. So many lives over time, your points are straightforward. I'm starting to think you're reading from a script. This too easy for you. Shoot, I wish I was reading from a script and somebody just made it for me. I'm doing a food challenge today. I think this will be around. I have reduced my cal intake to 1,500 this week for it. Would you advise fasting the next day? So, okay, my thoughts on fasting, and I'll get back to the protein, but my thoughts on fasting. The issue with fasting is what you're trying to get as far as your long-term effects, right? So your short-term goal, if it's to lose weight, for instance, let's say I want to lose weight. The short-term goal, yes, you're going to reach it if you're fasting. And that's only if you're fasting the proper way. What I mean by that is a lot of times people, let's say you're like, what did your fast entail first? I guess let me hit that. I know all fasts are different. So tell me a little bit more about what type of fast you were thinking about. But to elaborate on where I was going, fasting normally doesn't work is because the minute you do eat again, you make up for the lack of calories you didn't get. You get what I'm saying? So instead of fasting and not eating, and then making sure when you do eat, you're still keeping it balanced, a lot of people will overeat. Like, man, I'm starving. And it's like you're just making up for the calories you didn't eat. So the fasting wasn't effective. So short term, you will reach your goal, right? Because you're probably going to be exerting more calories than you're consuming if you're fasting. The problem is when it comes to fasting, it's harder on your body when it comes to working out because you're going to be fatigued. So if I've been fasting, normally it's not recommended for you to do high intensity workouts. So it'll make you sluggish, make you fatigued. And then if you look at the long-term effect, if you're fasting to lose weight, when you stop fasting, guess what's going to happen? You went from eating in a calorie deficient to now you're eating regular again. So you're consuming more calories. So that's why people yo-yo a lot. They'll lose it and gain it back because they're not sticking to what they were doing before. I was thinking a 24-hour fast tomorrow to compensate. Then going from there with 18 for the week, slowly increasing. So what's your overall goal? What are you trying to achieve? Let me understand that a little better, and maybe I can kind of see what you're trying to accomplish. So are you trying to lose a certain amount of pounds? So yeah, tell me more about that. So I'm gonna go I'm gonna talk about protein for a little bit while you type out to me what it is exactly you're trying to achieve, so we can see if it makes sense on what you're trying to do. So what I'm telling you all about protein is that if you work from home, you're not really active, you want to get 0.36 to 0.36 to 60 grams in per pound. So if you're ever looking at the back of the nutrition label, a lot of times everything's in grams, right? So then you got to times that by your weight. So 0.36 to 0.60 if you're sedentary, like you don't do much, you work from home, you're not active. And then from there, if you are active, meaning you may get up and do a little something, you want to do 0.60 grams to 0.80 grams. And if you're trying to do fat loss, you want to do 0.8 to 1 gram. Okay? That's what you're aiming for fat loss, for protein. And then for muscle growth, you want to do 1 to 1.2 grams. So remember, you're timing that by your body weight. The toppings are olive and basil. Ugh. I do not like olives. Nope. This is just a random food challenge I'm doing with a friend. I was about to start my bulk. I've been on 1,500 a week, getting 10 to 20 steps in a day. Now I want to start my bulk slowly. Okay, so you're just doing this for a challenge or just to kind of support your friend? Okay. But it seems like your calories are a little low to try to do a bulk. Are you saying you're doing 1,500 calories for the bulk? Or are you going to increase the calories once you're trying to bulk? You're just doing 1,500 calories right now while you're on the challenge with your friend? Okay. Got you. I mean, if you're just doing it for the challenge, I don't see anything wrong with it. But if we were looking at long term, then I would have something different. But since you're just saying you're trying to do it for the challenge and to compensate, yeah. Because it seems like it's short term, what you're doing. My heels keep tearing this wall up behind me, y'all. My walking pad, like, girl, you're not walking fast enough. So I've been walking for an hour. Let's see what distance I'm at. I'm at 3.5 miles. So good job, good job. I did want to talk with you all about supplements. I know I talk about how I'm on a lot of supplements and medicine, but I did want to talk about key supplements. I was never big into taking supplements until I really got diagnosed. And then I started, the more labs I got done, I started seeing that I was deficient in a lot of things. So thank you for advice. That's just short term. I am bulking up after this. I want to lean bulk. So being in the street, it would advise to slowly increase. Hold on, let me reread that. I'm trying to walk and read. So being in the street, would you advise to slowly increase my calories intake after this? I feel like when it comes to wanting to do a clean bulk or to still make sure you're lean, I think just making sure, because a lot of times when people bulk, I think more so you see this on the men's side, when they're trying to bulk, they'll just do like what they call a messy bulk, where they're kind of just eating whatever's high calories. And when I say messy bulk, because normally not healthy items, I think what you're trying to do a lean bulk, as long as you're eating healthy foods, like I always talk about salmon. Anybody knows who's followed me long enough knows I love salmon. It's a good healthy fat. So I think if you're eating foods on the healthy side but increasing your portions, That will also help you have that. And eating, like I eat tilapia. My sister is a bodybuilder. I should have her on here as a guest, y'all. What you think? Y'all should say yes, just so I can show her, because I want her to. I said I'm gonna get another walking pad, and y'all heard it from here first. In case somebody else copy my idea, I'm gonna add another walking pad, and I'm gonna have guests come and walk with me. What y'all think? I like it. I like it. So I said, yeah, because she definitely knows her thing when it comes to like bulking and leaning out, supplements, the dedication it comes to the bodybuilding world. I'm gonna show her this, y'all. And like, the people want you. Yeah, she's a bodybuilder. Hey, Charity, good morning. So yes, I'm gonna show her this, let her know the people want her. I'm gonna bring another walking pad, get her on here so she can talk. She's very educated and knowledgeable about so many different things. She's been bodybuilding for a few years. She's pro. Hey, Maria, what's going on? So she's even better than me when it comes. But yes, I would, to answer your question, I'm sorry, I would slowly build into increasing the calories, because you definitely want to see how your body's reacting to it. So I definitely say increase the calories slowly. Hey, Diary Lazy Runner. Y'all, I got on her live today. She gets on, well, my time, she gets on like around 8 in the morning. So it was good to get on, and she walks on her treadmill. Hey, Faith. Happy Thursday. Thank you. Y'all, I definitely, thank you, AD. I try to make working out fun. Life already stressful enough, ain't it? We need peace somewhere. And working out and food. Food should be, it supports us too when we on our bad days. So I definitely try to make health and nutrition fun. I don't want to hear eat a salad. No, I don't want that. I'm not a rabbit. So I want to like help people eat the foods they love, but just try to balance it out a little more. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with y'all. Let's talk realistic. Just telling people to go cold turkey. Don't eat this. Don't eat that. Girl, or guy. We trying to enjoy these days on earth that we have. So, of course, we want to live more of them. So health does come first. Health comes first, you all. But once again, let's enjoy it. And so sometimes you just need knowledge to understand how to do that. All right, Wacko Jacks. Okay, I got another riddle. I'm sorry, I missed this. Hold on. Maria, are chips healthy? Okay, let me start from the top, work my way down. So certain ones are, certain ones aren't. Lay's chips, no. You can eat chips though. Try to go for more of your baked chips. You kind of want to stay away from that grease. And then the sodium. So you just got to watch that when it comes to chips. So there are certain chips out there that are good for you. But stay away from most of your Lay's chips. Riddle. Okay. Y'all, we got us a riddle. What did the switch say to the lamp? What did the switch say to the lamp? I really be trying to guess. Okay, I don't know. Y'all, can anybody in the chat guess? What did the switch say to the lamp? It's a riddle. Pow Pow, are you giving bad advice on here about the chips? Diary of a Lazy Ribs. I'm not a rabbit. I do like salads, but that's not gonna be my main entree. That's the side. That's a side meal. Charity, LJ, your arms are gold. Thank you, cause I feel like I need to work on them a little more. I might need to do an arm workout after this. I have neglected my arms a little bit, but thank you. I appreciate that. That's motivating to hear. How you gonna keep giving me riddles and I ain't get the answer to the last riddle? Okay, the next riddle. I can float, but I have no wings. I can cry, but I have no eyes. What am I? I can float, but I have no wings. A cloud. Tell me I got that one right. Tell me. It's a cloud. Oh, did people already answer the first riddle and I didn't see it? But tell me the answer to the first riddle. Okay, I got the second one. What I win? Okay. Okay. Lazy Diary of a Lazy Runner. Red wine. Oh yeah. You know, technically they say you should only drink like maybe like 4 or 5 ounces of red wine. When I used to train at a boot camp, and all the ladies that would come in, they were like stay-at-home moms, and girl, they love their wine. And so I used to have to talk to them about drinking it in moderations because a lot of them would go to each other's homes and drink a bottle of wine. And I'm like, well, that's why you're not reaching your goals. I mean, there's still sugar, you know, and all that stuff in the alcohol, in the wine. But yeah, you want to do like 4 or 5 ounces. If you can, once again, it's modifying. I don't ever say, you're not going to hear me say no about too many things when y'all ask me questions about eating something. My answer will always be modify how you're doing it. So yeah, red wine for sure. You need your pain threshold upgrade. Working out hurts. What hurts when you work out? I'm just interested to know because I already told you all I have a lot of pain in my left hip, my left foot, and I just come to understand that the doctors told me I can't make it any worse. And so I was like, I'm not going to feel sorry for myself. Let's keep moving. The switch said turn me on. Was that the answer? Was that the answer to that riddle? Oh, okay. I see the answer. That's a good one. You have some good riddles. Does your cis cycle, LJ? I know you mentioned pro. I know each organization is different. What you mean, like bicycle, like stationary bike, like sickle? Is that what you're asking me? So just clarify what you're asking me, Vincent, so I know what I'm answering. What, you don't like my 4 to 5 ounces, pal? You like to drink more? You don't like drinking wine. So that makes you the unique Italian. So yeah, I thought drinking wine was like something a lot of people like to do. I said I already guessed cloud, Faith. I guessed it. I got it right, girl. Faith, are you a guy or girl? I can't tell from your picture. I'm sorry. I don't misgender nobody. I just say girl naturally to a lot of people, not even on purpose. Sometimes I just say it. It just comes out. I'm sorry, you're a guy. Sorry. I just get so used to saying it. I think everybody become girl. You're like, girl. So I apologize. My grandma said she does enough exercise. She comes from her sofa to the kitchen. Yeah. Grandma, where you at? Grandma, you need to start walking. Okay? We got to get off the couch. We can't just walk from the couch to the kitchen. So, Grandma, we got to get up and walk, okay? Let's try to set a goal. Let's try at least go for maybe like 1,000 steps minimum a day. Let's see if you can start there. And then we're going to increase the goal every few days, okay? So you check in, let me know, Grandma, get up and walk 1,000 steps, okay? I need to bring this closer. Why I feel like it's so far away? What I messed up on, Vincent? Which flower should be brought for a girl on Valentine's Day? Her favorite flower. Don't stick with the generic rose. Everybody gonna be, they're gonna buy the rose all the time. Well, I don't know, because you kind of want to buy her favorite flower on her birthday. So give her a mix of both. You can do rose because, roses all represent something. Red rose, represents that romance, love. And then buy her favorite flower. So mix her favorite flower with some roses. Yes, health is wealth. Live fit. Health is wealth for sure. My maximum is 35 minutes. I should make it past 1 hour too. I mean, 30 minutes is always like the generic like go-to. So the fact you're doing 35 is good. But of course, if you can hit that hour, you're amazing. Especially if you've already been doing 30 minutes for a good amount of time. Yeah, let's ramp it up. Let's hit that hour. How many miles did Forrest Gump walk in that movie or run? Because he ran for a while now. She's now walking about, okay. Nothing will happen. I'm very fit. I started making her walk a little bit. She's not, okay, so 4K steps is amazing. Okay, I was trying to give her 1,000 as something, but she hitting 4,000. Now it's time to ramp it up to 5. What we say, Grandma? 5K. Get Grandma at 5K steps. Cauliflower. That's funny. A mixed bouquet. Faith. I try to do 100 reps of body squats, 3 sets. I get tired by third set and do 50 lap by lap. I feel like every man should be able to do at least 5 sets of 100 body squats, no rest. Who are you, Superman? You got a high standard. That's a good threshold. Are these? Oh, you said body squats. Okay, I've been just about to ask. Are these weighted? But you said body squats. I just want to check my camera, y'all. Trying to see how I was doing on time. Y'all see how smooth I be getting on here? I'm sure somebody think I'm gonna fall. Nope. Ha. All right, Maria. Yeah, I like doing calisthenics. I used to be really big into doing stuff like that, but now it's a little hard on my body. But 300 squats is a lot. Good for you. I couldn't find a reconciliation. Oh, I don't think I have it where you can actually. So normally, how do you book? Let me see. You're right. I don't think it's on there. because we don't have a calendar set. Okay, so let me take it off of caps. I feel like I'm yelling at you. I'm about to send you I'm about to put my email in the chat. Come on, computer. I'm going to put my email in the chat, and then you can send me an email, and then we can do a consultation. We can set up a consultation from there. Yeah, you see I'm trying to move this arm so because it got my watch on it. I can't be losing these steps. Okay, so there, AD, there goes my email address. So if you send me an email, we can correspond that way, and we can set up a consultation so we can talk about everything. I had gone to the store and I came back. I saw you still working out, and I was like, what the? You know, I try to get it in. It's Thursday. I'm feeling pretty good. Y'all are keeping me encouraged in the chat, so I love it. It keeps me motivated. I've surpassed my goal for the day. My goal was to do at least hit 4 miles. I'm at 4.66. So at this point, I'm like, we might as well go for 5. Yeah, we all love flowers. I'm that typical girl that says I don't like flowers because they're just going to die. But when I get them, they melt my heart. Faith. Oh, okay, B-boy. You got some videos? You got some videos on your profile? I mean, on your channel that I can check out? Charity. So normally, Charity, I start off at 2.5 when I'm just warming up. So I start off at 2.5 for about 5 minutes to warm up. And then as I start feeling good, I slowly increase it. So I went from 2.5, I think, to like 3.3 and then 3.8. So right now I'm walking at 3.8. So I never did my plank face. I never did it. I'm sorry. I thought about it and I was just like, I don't have the energy. I promise you I'm going to do it, okay? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do my plank and see how long I can hold it for. Who said something about my age? I said something about my age. Yeah, I'm 37, y'all. 37. You're welcome, Charity. So I do feel like working out is what keeps the age off of you. It keeps, one thing they talked about, of course, the older you get, you start to lose muscle mass. I'm 25, love them older and fit. I ain't trying to be a Kruger now. If all ladies had your core, the world would be a better place. You know I love some good flattery now, Faith. My fellas on here, y'all be so kind to me. I love it. But I tell all the women this, huh? Y'all tell all the ladies these things. Hey, Hot Wing. See, I ain't say Wayne. That's what motivates me to keep working out. Is I do love that people talk about I look young. Are y'all just trying to flatter me, or do I really look young? Which one? Tell me the truth now. Tell me the truth. I do gotta talk about supplements, y'all, because I put it in my title, something I was gonna talk about, and I haven't even touched it. Am I 25 or are you 25? Is that what you're asking me if I'm 25? Oh, you're right. Live Fit. To be honest, Charity, we are trying to strengthen our core. Okay. I thought I had lost. Okay. I thought I had lost y'all. It started doing the y'all know what I'm talking about. It started doing a little spinny thing. So I thought I had lost y'all. A hater didn't like the fact that y'all were saying I look young. Tried to cut it off. You're in your 50s? Yeah, I'm 37. 37. I turned 38 at the end of the year. Well, good. I should bring out nothing but positivity in everybody. Positivity, good energy, good vibes. But y'all, I gotta talk about supplements, okay? I put it in my caption. I was gonna talk about it, so we gotta hit it. So I won't stick on it long, but I gotta give it to y'all. Supplements worth taking, okay? So multivitamin. I didn't start taking a multivitamin until a couple of, maybe like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. But you know, multivitamin, it fills the gaps in your diet. So especially if you're not big on eating fruits and veggies, it's good for filling that void, okay? So find you a good multivitamin. They do have gummies, but I take the pill form now. I'm getting better. Vitamin D3, it regulates your calcium. Omega-3, if you're not getting a lot of your fatty fish or different things like that in, taking omega-3 fish oil is good for you. It helps with your brain function, and it reduces inflammation. Y'all know I'm always talking about inflammation. I just thought late 20s, like I said, health as well. I'm trying to tell you. I get it from my mama. Magnesium is good to help you sleep and reduce stress. So should we all need to take some? Yep, the sun. Get outside and get some sun. Now that we're hitting, come out of spring, going into summer. Ashwagandha. Y'all, I started taking ashwagandha. KO, knocked out, sleeping good. I used to wake up in the middle of the night a lot from certain pain I deal with. Ashwagandha for a little while. Had it while I was getting a good night rest. Man, I woke up feeling so good. Probiotics help with gut health. Okay? So make sure you're getting your probiotics, getting that gut health. The supplements I just named are things that are good to take just for everyday use. Not necessarily because there's something wrong, but it doesn't hurt. And a lot of these supplements don't hinder or, oppose any other type of medication you may be on. The sun is your vitamin. Well, I got that melanated skin. I don't like being in the sun too much. But I'm out there from time to time. AD, I'm excited to book a consultation. I like your energy, what you're talking about, and your prices. Thank you, AD. I appreciate it. I'm trying to make this fun for not only you all, but for myself. Because, it has to be something that I enjoy doing. And I think when you're doing something that you enjoy, that's why I say a person can only fake it for so long. They said about relationships too. I know that kind of went left with that. But they say when somebody really cares about you, or when you just enjoy something you're doing, it'll show. So hopefully that's what you guys are getting from me. Health and fitness is something that I've enjoyed for a while. So my passion comes out when I talk about it. And if you haven't noticed, my energy from the beginning to the end normally increases. These good old endorphins. Let me spread some love to y'all with these endorphins. They stole it, Pow Pow. What about the sore bones and knees? Well, that's where the vitamin D3 kind of comes in. That's what helps regulate those bones. So you got to make sure you're getting that good vitamin D3. Well, you know, I was military. Did you know that? Or are you just saying that? You have a military mindset. It's cute. I was in the military. I went to the United States Military Academy, also known as West Point. So, and then I was in the military. I got out as a captain. All right, Diary of a Lazy Runner. I appreciate you for even getting on for a little bit. It's always some love. So yes, I do have a military mindset. I was in the military in the uniform for 10 years. Doing what you hate, but doing it like you love it, right? You know, I do make the joke that I wish I had like a singing talent. That way I could sit in front of the camera and just sing versus working out. Because sometimes the motivation to get up to work out, is exhausting. But I want to tell you all tomorrow, join me tomorrow morning. I'm going to do a apartment friendly, because I know some people live in apartments, or you just have neighbors in general that live underneath you, or family members that live underneath you. So I'm going to do apartment friendly, no jumping workout tomorrow. It's going to be full body cardio. My workout's normally like 30, 40 minutes, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. If you can't make it, you can always rewatch it. All my lives are saved. So I will be back on here tomorrow as well at 11. So I just want to put that out there. Join me tomorrow morning. Let's get some cardio in. Start the day off right. It's Friday. Let's finish on a strong note. So no equipment's needed. So if you just got to roll out of bed and get a little piece of carpet, that's all you need to do the workout. You don't need a lot of space at all. But it's going to be full body. We're going to hit all my exercises are normally standing, just because I don't want, for my older crew or people who got bad knees, I don't want you having to get up and down. So I like to do everything standing up. We're going to hit arms, of course. Sometimes I will use my 3-pound dumbbells when I do my cardio workouts on Friday, just to give me that little extra resistance. So I probably will use these tomorrow, but you don't have to use a weight. So tomorrow morning, 7:30, 30 minutes, all I need from you. Yeah, okay, I did say I was in the military yesterday. Yep, okay. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to stay consistent, because I realize that's the one thing that will probably help me be successful, is being consistent with reaching my goals. I think, they always show the old, like the guy digging underground looking for diamonds, and it's like right before he reaches the diamond, he turns around. And so you got to trust the process. You got to believe that your hard work will pay off, and you got to keep being consistent. I've learned that I look at a lot of the like bigger content creators or people who are where they want to be, and that's the one thing I've learned, is that they're willing to do what others aren't. They're willing to keep going. They're willing to push through when things aren't looking the way it should, or the way what they thought they would be by a certain point in life, So the same person that put you to sleep, laugh a lot, all love. We all make mistakes at Papa. What Papa talking about? Papa, don't do Mike Tyson like that. I love me some Mike Tyson. We've all had our lows. We've all had our bad days. But I know, Papa, you're in the boxing community, so maybe that's why it hits home a little bit for you. But yeah, we've all had our lows, but you got to give people the time and opportunity and space to become better people, right? You can't hold them to the person they used to be, because I don't want y'all to hold me to the person I used to be. I tell you that. So yeah, you're right. That's why I agree with you. We all make mistakes. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing I've learned in life in general as I've gotten older, is not to judge people. It's so easy to, right? And misery loves company. We love talking about people when they're at their lowest. And that's why I told you all, when I first started getting on here, I was worried about trolls. But the thing I've learned about trolls is normally they're not in a place that they want to be. And so the cliche saying, misery loves company. A lot of people who get on here trolling, it's because they just want to bring company. They want me to come down to their level. I've never heard somebody who's successful really talk down on other people, you know? There's only the people who ain't where they want to be, who got something to say, and they want to be loud and wrong. So that's why I just stay on it. My girl Sam, who got on here earlier today, I appreciate her showing love. She has almost like 400K subscribers. If y'all scroll up the chat, you'll see her name is Love Samantha Lee. She talks about God and talks about relationships, and she's a really good friend of mine. That's my sis. But she has shown me that consistency definitely pays off. Because I remember before she even had a YouTube. Oh, what happened? Who bought politics? 1999, Tyson was a good boxer, but not a great man. He supported Donald Trump too. However, I always preferred Muhammad Ali. He was a hero. Mike Tyson trains good. Don't bring politics. I'm going to kill my vibe. I'll use somebody with. Well, Pow Pow, I think a lot of people just don't like talking politics. I think it's always, that's the things they say never talk about is politics, religion, and people kids, right? But yeah, religion and politics are always a touchy issue for most people. So don't take it to heart, Pow Pow. Pow Pow's in Italy. He used to be a boxer. Y'all already know I'm not going to touch politics. I don't care to talk about that. For the ones who know, 92% is all I will say. Mike Tyson, a real animal though. Pitbull. I just love the fact that Mike Tyson was willing to get back out there and fight. I think, I'm pretty sure he was doing it for the money, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So I don't knock nobody hustle. I don't knock what anybody has done in life, as long as they're trying to be better and make up for maybe the past. But all we can do is look forward, right? Move forward with positivity. So y'all, I'm at 5.73 miles. Let me see where I sit. Oh, I'm about to get off soon. My walking pad about to stop anyway. I told you once it reaches 99.99, it automatically stops. So I'm gonna go ahead and close us out, y'all. I appreciate you getting on here and chatting with me. I enjoyed it on this Thursday. Join me tomorrow at 7:30 to get a full body cardio workout in. No equipment needed unless you want to use small weights. Anything bigger might be a little too much for the movements we're doing. I will be back on here on Friday. Send me some topics you want me to talk about. You can comment on other videos I have on here. Let me know if there's anything particular you want to talk about. We talked about kombucha, if I said it right. I talked about that at the beginning. We talked about exercises you hate but are good, which were my burpees and Bulgarian split squat. I'm juicing Sunday, so I talked about ideas for juicing. We're going with bright red. So strawberries, raspberries, pomegranate, watermelon. I talked about walking with my 3-pound dumbbells. Talked about fasted cardio, protein that's needed, and supplements worth taking. So, no, I normally don't stream on Saturday. I try to give myself one day of rest. So I walk Monday through Friday, full body workout Friday morning. Sunday I juice. And then because I coach track and field, normally I have track meets on Saturdays. So I left Saturday open. In the future, I might do some random streaming. Like if I ever find myself working out, like at a park or just out and about, I may hop on a Saturday. But yeah, try to give myself at least one day of rest, one day to recover. Is your posture leaning forward? No, it could be this camera angle. But for the most part, I walk up and down. Sometimes I do lean to the left a little bit. Or it depends on how my hip is acting. But for the most part, I am up and down. I do lean forward trying to read this chat, though. That has me probably leaning forward, just trying to read the chat. This is my computer in front of me. But for the most part, I try to have good posture. That's another reason why I told you all yesterday why I wear the waist trainer. Not to do anything with my waist, but it does keep your posture up and down. But this walking pad is basically about to stop because I've reached 99.99 on it. I'll be back tomorrow. Oh, I'm getting off. But I'm glad you came back. But make sure you join me tomorrow, 7:30 in the morning, and then I'll be back on here walking. Y'all make sure y'all like this video. That way YouTube will probably push it out to more people. Vincent, you're funny. I burned 675 calories, y'all. See how it just stops on me? Boy, this walking pad is so disrespectful, y'all. It just stopped. So I officially reached 99.99 as far as time. But thank you all for joining. I will see you all tomorrow. It's been real. Eat a good lunch. Have a good dinner. Drink some water. Positive vibes. See y'all later.